everyone, this is Rick from Triple R Sports. We're going to go over a little bit of pre-trapping season tips for you. Today we're going to talk about boiling traps. Okay, so as you see, I've got myself a nice little bonfire just built up on a couple of blocks here. Throwing some wood up under there, getting it ready to go. Filled that thing on up with some water. I found the drum, believe it or not, on Craigslist. I just went in there and typed in 55-gallon drums for sale, and a bunch of them came up in my area. I was able to pick up that drum and another one for $5 a piece, so I mean, it was pretty easy. Cleaned them out, boiled it one time without anything inside of it to make sure I got everything out of that drum. Then from there, I just let it kind of sit outside and weather. Obviously it's been cut down, you know, to make it a little bit easier for us to work with, but yeah, there's nothing difficult about that. Then up over here you can see we got some of our traps hanging up here. I got some drowning rigs there, some 330s for beavers. I got a few new 110s, a couple of 220s, some 1.5-inch coil springs. I think there's a couple 1 3/4 mixed inside there also. With the drowning rigs and the snares, okay guys, please check your regulations, make sure snares and stuff like that are legal in your area. Drowning rigs, obviously, you know, that's going to prevent theft, and it's an easy way of being able to dispose of your critter. You can see we went ahead and we stoked the fire. We got a little bit more wood up underneath there, trying to get that thing to come to boil. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and just come on over here and we're going to talk about something. Everyone wants to know, why do we got to boil traps? Well, this is a Bridger. Picked this up late in the season last year, and you can see it's not rusted. All right, if we come on over here, here's some old Victors that I had laying around. They haven't been used for a little while, so I figured I'd go ahead and boil them on up. Here's a bunch of old 220s that I had taken out of circulation. This year I'm gonna do a little bit more trapping, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring them back in. You know, some of them didn't have safeties on it or other things. All right, so I figured I'd give them a quick boil. If you look here, here's some new 110s. My lovely wife and son went ahead and surprised me for Father's Day and got me some new trapping gear, which was pretty cool. And you can see those are brand new. Those don't have any rust on them at all. Down here you can see a few 330s. I got these late in the season last year, tried to get rid of a beaver for a guy, so I needed a couple more. Didn't really get the chance to go ahead and do everything you're supposed to do to them, but they worked nevertheless. We got that beaver out of there, so the landowner was happy. Basically what we want to do is, like these, you want to get them boiled up, and you want them to let them set outside so you can get a nice coat of rust on them. That rust is going to make it a lot easier for you to go ahead and accept the dye and the waxing later on that we're going to go ahead and do. So when you got a new trap like this, all right, that steel, or actually like these, the steel from the manufacturer has got a bunch of different oils and stuff on them. Well, pick them guys back up. Alright, by boiling them, we can get that oil and stuff like that off of them, therefore allowing us to have some better acceptance of the dye that we're going to go ahead and put on them a little bit closer towards season. So basically right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to prep up and get some new traps, some traps I haven't used in quite a while, and some ones that I picked up at the end of the season. Ready to go for later this year when we're going to go ahead and do some dyeing. So let's check on our water over here. Alright guys, as you can see now we finally got a little rolling boil going to our water here. So we're going to go ahead and start dropping some traps in there. And then, like I said, we'll boil them for about 10 to 15 minutes each bunch. And then we'll pull them out and hang them up out in the elements. And they can sit like that for about a month and a half or so, until we get ready to put the dye on them. So start off, I'm going to take these here brand spanking new ones, right? And you can see they're all nice and shiny. Well, not really shiny, but there's a bunch of oil and different things like that on them. And all we're going to do is just drop them in the pot. Grab another one. And we're going to let them go ahead and boil. You know what? I think I'm going to throw the 330s in there too. If you can see through this here little bit of steam, and you can see all that stuff floating up there on the top, those are all the impurities that we have just been boiling off. They've been in there for a good 10 minutes, maybe closer, a little bit closer to 15. I had to take off, go watch the end of my NASCAR race. So I'm going to come back now and we're going to go ahead and slowly extract some of these things. Basically all I got is myself is a long stick here, and we'll just kind of fish around in there. All right, I got my 330s. We'll let that guy sit down there. I need to get myself a stand here if I'm going to be doing more of this. All right. So we got our 330s out. Now if you can take a look, see how there's no shine, no sheen to that metal at all. We've gotten all that oil off. And now without burning ourselves, we're going to take these guys and we're going to go hang them up. Okay, so now here we have our 110s that we just boiled. We pulled them out and we hung them up, and we're just gonna leave them hang up here. Nothing fancy. There's a couple 2x4s nailed together. These are our 330s, and as you can see, the shine's gone. All right, these were all shiny. The shiny was the newness of that steel, plus all the oil and stuff that was on it from the manufacturer. And by us boiling it, we took all that off, which means now we're down to bare raw steel. So now we're just going to leave these sit out here in the elements and go ahead and collect a nice little coat of rust. That there will in turn make it better for us to go ahead and put our dye on, so that the traps are not so noticeable when we make our sets this coming fall. So I'm going to run back over to the burn barrel. I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of my traps in there and get that done so I can maybe get my lawn cut today. Keep mama off my butt. But yeah, that's boiling traps, boys and girls. Hopefully there is some girls out there doing this stuff. Dad takes his daughter out, spends some time out there in the field. This fall I can't wait to go ahead and bring you some footage of me and my son out there doing this. Hopefully we'll be able to get Mike from Capital Outdoors to come on out there with us one time, and if so, hopefully it'll be an enjoyable time, and I'm sure it will be, because any times in the outdoors is a great day. So this is Rick with Triple R Sports with a couple of tips on boiling traps. Thank you. Have a good day.